On me. Happy Sunday, everybody. Appreciate everybody joining us. I am Coach Sonic Jones, coming to you live from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Uh, but did not want to miss this meeting for you guys. So I'm super excited to have you guys here. Appreciate everybody. And hope, like I said, hope you're having an amazing Sunday. I guess I gotta stick to some coaches corner. So let's think of something to talk about this evening, man. Straight from the people's coach, ladies and gentlemen. Um, I want everybody. Here's this is my advice for you guys. Business advice. Be Nike. What do I mean by that? Just do it. Just do it. We spend so much time sometimes in preparation, but we never go for the kill. I want you to take all the knowledge that you've learned up until this point. And I don't care if you're just getting started last week. This may be your take whatever knowledge that you've learned and go do it. Apply the knowledge. So many people think knowledge is power, but I teach all the time applied knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. That being said, I'm encouraging you to make the necessary moves for you to take your business and your life to the next level. There you go, Tiara. Execute. That being said, I hope that helps somebody this evening. We're going to get ready to get our Sunday evening leadership call started. Um, but I'm not going to be doing it. All right. But I do have the good fortune of being able to introduce a gentleman who, come to have a lot of respect for over the last few years that I've really had an intimate pause relationship with, meaning, we've known each other through this industry or known of each other. But just being able to have the opportunity to really work with him has just been an amazing thing. He has a heart for the people as well, knows 110% of the information necessary to get anybody and everybody from A to B, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're definitely with the right people in the right place at the right time. And so I'm honored to introduce a gentleman who has been in this industry, made a lot of money, has helped a lot of people make a lot of money, but it's just one of the sharpest individuals I know. And that being said, that gentleman's name is Coach Will Zanders. Mr. Zanders, are you there, sir?
I am here, Coach. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, brother. I too am traveling, although I'm not in beautiful Punta Cana, as my brother is. I'm outside of Indianapolis, Indiana, man, and I can tell you, it is yeah, it's no Punta Cana, brother. Not even close, to be quite frank. But had a tournament up this weekend. I wanted to go see some sights, but ain't no sights to see, so I'm gonna head back to sunny Florida. Um, but I did not want to miss this call. Same as you. One thing, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand about Sonic Boom Jones. The man is on his birthday trip. He has earned it. It is vacation. And despite the fact that he could be out doing exactly what he wants to do right now, he decided to take time out of his schedule, busy schedule, to set up this call, teach on this call, promote this call, and be on this call. And that is the level of dedication that you guys and gals need to start to have, that type of responsibility and accountability for your business. And keep in mind, all the people on this call aren't even his team. All the people on this call aren't even my team. But when you're ready to step up into a leadership position, you're going to start giving value to the entire community. And you can only do that by working on yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Okay. And whenever Coach Sonic speaks, you hear him and you hear the knowledge, you hear the authenticity, you hear the wisdom. If I wasn't doing the call, he could do a 3-hour workshop right now with no notes. And if you've ever seen him like that in person, train at an event, you know that's what he's capable of. Now, I can tell you this, he was not born a rock star trainer in this business. He was not born the people's coach. He was born a baby, okay? But as he grew, he decided to accumulate wisdom. So y'all are not going to be born leaders. I don't believe leaders are born. I believe leaders are made, and I believe leaders are self-made. So y'all go ahead and show Coach Sonic some love in the chat. And for those of y'all who going to be in Vegas, just y'all know what he do when he get there. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. I do have some notes on purpose to keep this call short. I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna hop off camera so I can stay in the notes. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in. And let's get down to business. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about your words and how powerful they are. And a lot of times, our prayer life, our business life is motivated with offense, like things that we want to achieve, things that we want to do. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We're setting our goals and we're doing that type of stuff, and it's affecting our business and it's affecting our life, and we're focused on offense. But we rarely ever coach you or talk about defense. Ladies and gentlemen, achieving your goals is a two-way street. You got the offense and you got the defense. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about defense. And very quickly, we're going to go through three phrases, okay? Three phrases that are preventing your business from growing at the speed that you want it to grow. Okay, I'm going to give you a solution for that as well, of course, but we're going to be, actually, Crystal, yes, book is actually done. The manuscript is written. I'm just working with different publishing, getting some stuff worked out. But yeah, the book's already done. Don't even worry about that. And the book is going to be something that has never been written before in network marketing, which I think is why a lot of people get value from these calls, because we talk about stuff that no other trainers talk about, no other gurus talk about it. And a lot of times it's because they simply haven't been through the valleys and the peaks to accumulate the knowledge, a lot of times through failure, to educate you properly on how to grow your business. But that being said, that's a conversation for another day. So these are going to be three things that you're just going to have to work on yourself to stop saying. And these are things that this particular group of things I've already worked on. My thing that I'm working on now is to stop using the word money in the traditional sense that we use. And we talked about that on a couple of calls ago. Okay. Now, the first phrase, please write this down, that you want to say, and let me preface it by saying this: 100% scriptural. This is 100% biblical. I'm sure if you look at some different spiritual texts, be it the Bhagavad Gita, be it the Sanskrit, be it the Quran, you will find similar spiritual elements. But as a Christian, this is just my knowledge base, my expertise, my wheelhouse is going to be the Bible. That's me. Okay, but take that for what you will. Now, there are verses in the Bible, specifically like Proverbs 4:23, that tell you things like guard your heart. Now, that verse, I'm not saying don't say that. I'm prefacing you for the first phrase that you don't need to say no more. I'm giving you some foundational work, okay? Now, Proverbs 4:23 says, guard your heart. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand that guard your heart is not talking about your physical heart, the organ that pumps blood. You have a rib cage for that to protect your heart. You have chest muscles and whatnot. You have a lot of stuff to protect the physical organ that is your heart, okay? The literal translation is kind of different. When it says heart, it means more of, does that person have heart? What's deep within you, the deep thoughts within you is what you really have to protect. And there's another verse, Psalm 112, okay? And this is going to be Psalm chapter 112, verse 7. And it says that they will have no fear of bad news, okay? That God's people should have no fear of bad news. You saw it, and this is not something that we just talk about. We live it, okay? And we want to live by example. You had it. Now and listen, I'm in Florida, and I come from New Orleans, so trust me, hurricanes are nothing to joke about. Hurricane Milton coming to Florida, Hurricane Helene coming to Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know why everybody else is out? Now, for the record, I'm already prepared for any hurricane. That's just part of New Orleans. But you do understand that when the hurricane was en route, I was on the beach. Do you understand that it's one thing to read the word of God? It's a whole different thing to live it, to walk on faith and say, I'm going to be fine. I can't speak for everybody else, but I know I'm going to be fine. Look, as for me and my house, okay, we're going to serve the Lord. We're going to be okay. So I was on the beach. I wasn't running around trying to buy a bunch of toilet tissue. I wasn't stocking up on gas. For what? When you walk with the Lord a certain amount of time and you build that confidence, it's something that's going to spill over into your business. And you're going to understand Psalms 112, verse 7, that they will have no fear of bad news. Okay, and I want to preface you that. Now I'm going to give you now listen, and I'm not knocking anybody who went through some things. I'm not knocking anybody who was preparing. I can only speak for me. I can't tell you what to do in your house. I can't tell you how to spiritually guard yourself against whatever the media and news is talking. I'm not telling you to be stupid and not look out for things. Like, I ain't about to walk into a lion's den. I don't have that Daniel's faith yet, okay? But I'm just letting you know from example how I live my life. For better or for worse, I live my life. Now listen, here's the first phrase, and I want you to understand. Yeah, faith over fear. Thank you, Lori. Okay, it was first one was from Proverbs chapter 4:23. Second one was Psalm 112, verse 7. Now, here's the phrase. Please start slowly but surely working this phrase out of your life. Okay, it's going to take a while. When the Bible talks about people speaking in different tongues, it doesn't just mean the language of the Holy Spirit, although that's the real thing. Amen. But it also means you're going to start using different words when you're walking in faith. Your language will change. Okay. First phrase, I want you to start working on this immediately. Okay. The phrase you need to get rid of is I hope. I hope. H-O-P-E, hope. We got too many people in the world, especially too many network marketers, that are using an illegal drug, and the drug is called hopium. Okay. Too many people on hopium. Y'all got hopium addicts out here. Okay. You need to stop saying the word, not need. You should stop saying the word I hope. Now, Will, why is this? Because, ladies and gentlemen, first off, in a literal translation of the Bible, the word hope is not what you think it is. I'll talk about that shortly. However, when you say I hope, okay, it's picking up on a frequency of uncertainty, okay? And uncertainty is the opposite of confidence. Uncertainty is the opposite of certainty. Uncertainty is the opposite of certain. And although hope sounds cool, hope is a word that picks up on the vibrational frequency of uncertainty, or I'm not quite sure. Okay. Now for all of you, to understand, is that the language of people who are going to walk on water? I'm not sure. Look, it could, it might. Is that the language of multi-million-dollar network marketers who walk into the minefield of entrepreneurship and free enterprise and take the risk and hear people rejection and, oh, that's a scam or a scheme? You can't walk out with the I hope I make it. Okay, because that is the exact opposite, actually. So it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not anybody's fault that we've been raised thinking that hope is a positive. Okay, but it's not the actual literal translation. The literal translation is actually not the word hope. In the Aramaic and in the ancient Greek, the word is actually I expect. Okay, but King James did some funny things. I can't figure out why King James didn't have Google Translate. I can't figure out why he didn't want to get the authentic actual word translation. A lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, it's because the Bible translators, okay, whoever, the Roman Catholic Church stopped millennia ago, and King James doing the best he could. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand where kings come from. Kings, and I don't mean the positive type of kings like the kings and queens we all are in some capacity. I mean these old school type of European kings. I need you to understand that they believed in something called divine right. They believed that God chose them and their parents to just give birth to kings and queens and rule all of civilization. You understand? That is not how the world is designed to be led. But at the same time, this is what they were raised in. So King James was a man who was raised with the impression that, James, you're special. Everybody else is a peasant. They're a servant. If you even give them 99% of the proper translation, these heathens and peasants should be grateful that you're translating the Bible into the King's English. Okay, thou shalt. You understand? That's not the real words. And I'm gonna tell you, here's a verse, and I'm gonna just break it down for you. You need to start using the word I expect. I expect to be. I don't hope to be. I expect to be. Okay. And listen, this isn't gonna resonate with everybody. This ain't for 80%ers. This is for the 20%ers who are gonna make six figures in 2024, possibly 2025. This is for y'all. The 80%ers, you're not gonna like this. All right. Now I'm gonna give you a verse. Okay. This comes from Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, out the gate. Hebrews out the gate, okay? And this is the verse. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I want you to think about that. I want you to understand and I will die on this hill. Oh, Will, the word is hope. Okay, when you graduate from Bible college, you come back and you let me know, and you read the Bible cover to cover 5 times, and you read the literal translation, and you do that amount of literally thousands of hours of research and understanding words and linguistics, you're going to have to be retired from your full-time job to put in the amount of work that I put in. I'm giving it to y'all on the house for the lean, mean price of $3.99, okay? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, faith means belief that it's going to happen. Hoped for doesn't mean that. Okay, now that should become blatantly obvious to the 20 percenters. Do you understand within that verse there is a contradiction? Does that make sense? Faith, because faith means I'm certain. Okay, faith is faith. Faith is how you get saved. Faith is salvation. Faith is everything. Okay, faith in God. You can't just, man, I hope God real. Ugh, that's gonna be a tough walk for you, bro. Okay. The actual verse, if we were to translate it as literally as possible, would be, now faith is the substance of things expected, the evidence of things not seen. Now that should make a lot more sense to any reasonable person. Okay, if you're going to accept the fact that the Bible was translated from its original language of Aramaic, okay, Greek, and then to some degree Latin later on, but the original languages of Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic, and then you're going to translate it to English, which is actually the youngest language in the world. English is one of the youngest languages in the world. This is why new words pop up in English all the time, like Google or tweet. These are new. English is a new language. The Bible's not a new book. So when you take a new language and you try to translate an ancient language, you're going to have just a little bit of what we call translational difficulty. Okay. But luckily, because of technology and science and research and all of these ancient texts have been preserved, we can start to get a more accurate depiction, and we can have a better, more fulfilled life, and your prayers will be answered quickly or quicker once you start to understand what you've been saying is wrong. I mean, I'm sorry, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. Okay. So the actual verse should read, now faith is the substance of things expected. Okay. Do you feel, does it, okay, just let me ask this. Is anybody on the call? And if you don't, just say you don't. But do you understand? Does it feel? Does the word expected? Faith is the substance of things expected. Does that feel more confident to you? It instantly feels more confident to me. Okay, but it should feel a little bit more confident to you and less confusing. See, we be talking about words, not understanding that words are created by spelling, which they're telling you. Okay, they're telling you that your words are literally casting spells over your own life. All right, and I'm gonna give you again. Whenever I talk about something, you're gonna have a verse. It ain't me. You're gonna have a verse to back it up. Don't come for me. Okay, do your own research. Leave me alone. All right. But the point is, you need to expect these things. Stop hoping that the person's going to join. Stop hoping that the product works. Expect it to work. Don't hope to get the rank. Expect to get the rank. Don't hope to have enough money to go to the event. Expect it. Like I expect it. Like if the check wasn't in the mail and I expected it, I'm looking at the mailman like something wrong. Like, hey man, you sure you ain't got something in there? You sure that's all the mail you got? Because I'm expecting a check. That's a different energy. It's a different vibration. So we're going to move on to the second one, but I want you to start just slowly but surely incorporating in your daily vernacular, create the habit of not hoping, but expecting. Okay. That is what you are literally directed to do according to the good book. Okay. And it says specifically, now faith is the substance of things expected, the evidence of things not seen, which means when you don't see it, by default, you have to expect it if you want it. If you already had it, you wouldn't expect it because it's already there. Okay, so the verse is literally talking about things in your life, states of being, things you want to have, places you want to go, people you want to help, okay, ranks you want to achieve, things you want to accomplish in your life, the people you want to bless. They're not blessed yet. You have to expect it. Don't hope, because hope means I really don't know. Oh, look, Coach Sonic got on that plane going to the DR. You think he was like, man, I hope this plane. Would you get on a plane if you were thinking, man, I hope this plane lands all right. I hope it don't crash. I hope it. No, I'm fully expecting the plane to land where it's supposed to go. I'm gonna relax. I might take a nap. Why? Because I have faith that everything's okay. I'm confident. All right. That's the energy that you have to start to walk in. Phrase number 2. This is a tough one. Please start to work on this as soon as possible so that you do not, continue to use this. And these phrases are literally holding back your business. They're holding back your life too. Look, your personal life. Well, I hope I meet somebody. Look, I really hope he proposed this Christmas. All of that hoping, it ain't gonna get you nowhere. Okay. I expect it. I fully expect it. All right. Next, you should feel better when you say that. The next phrase, I want you to write this down and then draw a line through it. Say, well, look, I expect to be done saying this by the end of the year. I will not say this no more. Here's this phrase. It's a tough one. I'm as guilty as anybody. This phrase is, I need. I need, okay? I need to make some money. I need to hit this rank. I hear this from people so many times, especially on coaching calls and consulting calls, and I apologize for not checking y'all sooner. I need this. I need to make this my need. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me out. Every need must be mentally shifted to a have. Every need must be shifted mentally to a have. I'm going to say it again for emphasis. What is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. Okay. Every need must be shifted to a have. Okay. Now let me just give you and we'll talk about alignment more in Vegas with the spiritual, mental, and physical alignment. But let me give you the short version. Here's a short story. If you already had it, you wouldn't want it. If you already had it, you wouldn't want it. Okay. And if you don't have it and you really focus on the I need, it's simply telling, listen, I don't know why God did this. This is the way God set the system up. This is the way God set the universe up. I don't know why he set it up this way, but he did. And it's obvious. When you need something, need, you will never get it, or you'll get enough. Look, I need to pay my phone bill. You will have just enough to pay that phone bill. And that's just God's mercy. That is just tender mercy and long suffering waiting for you to figure it out, as opposed to the words I have. The mental energy of I have is so strong. If you continue to walk in the I have energy, that I expect it, not only do I expect it, I have it. Okay. When you start walking in that energy, okay, everything in your body and all the people around you and all the places and things have to bend to your will. They have to. It is spiritual law. Read the Bible cover to cover. You will understand far better. Okay. If you already had it, you wouldn't want it. And that's one of the toughest ones I've had to work on through the years. And anytime I've got to a certain point and then fell, it's 100%. If I fell back, it's because I started slipping into old patterns of thinking, which result in old patterns of doing and speaking. Because your thought come first, your words come second, your actions come third. Okay. And any action persistence becomes a habit, and your habit becomes your destiny, period. All right. So are we clear on the I hope and the I need, people? That is 80% language. The I expect it and I have it. Okay. Even the thought of I have. You don't have to run out and lie to people. I have this already. Don't lie. That should not bear false witness. We're not going to do that. But your thoughts to yourself, let the weak say I am strong. Do you understand that in that particular verse, let the weak say I am strong? That is literally a person who is weak, but they're taking it to past level of expectation, because that means having a particular thing. When you say I have, you're not talking about things. You're talking about I need. You're talking about I have. You're talking about I already possess the thing. So when people say let the weak say I am strong, we're going to another level now. Okay, because all trillion of the cells in your body respond to your thoughts and your words. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you just a little bit of biochemistry, and then we're going to go to the third one and we'll wrap this up. Okay, a little bit of biochemistry. Your cells are never still. They are never still. Your cells are, we got 5 Trinidadians on the call. I can't wait to come back. I can't wait to go back to Trinidad. Look. I fully expect to be back in Trinidad shortly. I fully expect it. You hear it first, all right? Now hear me out. Every cell in your body is vibrating. Understand that. It's never not vibrating. It's vibrating. Understand that it's vibrating, okay? The cells in your body are vibrating. When you think, I need you to understand that your brain is sending out thought vibrations, okay? Now, let's take a cell phone. Cell phone costs maybe $17 to make, costs you $2,000 to buy, but the cell phone is going to send out a signal, which is an invisible vibration. It is a frequency. It is quite literally a vibration. And that vibration is so powerful and is so strong that it can travel across the world, through concrete, over oceans, past storms, and that vibration can hit another cell phone. Okay? We can talk to Eve and Samantha and our team from Trinidad and Tobago, the beautiful Twin Islands. We can talk to them on a phone because of the vibration going from phone to phone. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think is more expensive or a more complex or more powerful piece of machinery? Your brain, the most expensive, priceless creation on earth, or a cell phone? What is more expensive? What is more complicated? Your brain or a cell phone? Your brain is infinitely more powerful, infinitely. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can do the research yourself. Your brain sends out what is called thought vibrations. There's a book by William Walter Atkinson. It is called Thought Vibration. It's an incredible book. Boring, sure, but scientifically valid, yes. Thought Vibration by William Walter Atkinson. Okay, hint, hint. All right. Now, the thought vibrations vibrate, and when you speak a word, if you know how your vocal cords work, ladies and gentlemen, you do understand that your vocal cords are vibrating. When a violinist plays, the strings are vibrating. When the piano hits a key, it's vibrating the strings. That's why they call it piano chords. Okay, chords. It comes from the same root word as your vocal cords. They are creating vibrations. And here's the thing, the cells in your body respond to vibration. And before anyone else, they respond to your own thoughts and your own voice. The second place, the second most powerful input that the thoughts and the words that affect your literal cells is from the voice of your mother. The thoughts and voice of your mother are the most definitive vibration that your cells will feel prior to you developing conscious thoughts and words of your own. And this is why names are changed in the Bible. Okay, this is why names are changed in the Bible. What your mother named you may or may not have a positive vibration. This is why some people go by nicknames. You don't have to go thought vibration by William Walter Atkinson. Okay, you don't have to go change your name on the government, whatever. But you do if you look up what your name means. If it's not something that is truly, truly positive, I would recommend you adopt a nickname. Y'all shall refer to me as this. Okay, I kid you not, because that is scientifically proven. Your mother's thoughts and your mother's voice are the first most powerful vibrations that quite literally cause your cells to respond. And then as soon as you develop conscious thought of your own and vibration of your own, you got it. Look, now Isaac name mean laughter. Ladies and gentlemen, how many people ever been around Isaac Williams and you be just laughing? I can tell you personally, his Facebook post is even funny. Why? You see, that's how it is. So you got to know what your name means. And if you don't like it, change that thing up, even get a nickname. It's okay. You have biblical reference for the names of people being changed by God all the time. He said Saul, no, Paul. He said Abram, no, Abraham. You understand? This happened all the time. Sarai, no, Sarah. You got to understand that, okay? Just understand that and embrace it, and thank your parents if they're still alive if you got a name you love. Period, point blank, end of story. And if your name is like Joetta, let's say it's a mix of two names, you can look up both. You can look up both, okay? Typically, your name comes from an origin of a root word, and because of something called cellular memory, it'll still apply. There are certain variations on names that are still the same as the other names. For example, Miriam and Mariam and Mary all would come from the same root word, but Eve would be the same root word as someone whose name is Eva. So the point is, look that stuff up. Names are fun. Check them out. Biblically sound principle. Let's move on, okay? Let's move on. Now, I know, fun, right? Fun, doing your research and see what y'all named your kids. You see, this is why when your kids are 2 years old, you better not be saying, oh, it's some terrible twos, because they're going to give you all that plus some. And why? It's your fault, not theirs. Their cells are going to respond. And it takes time for the cells to start responding. And if they continue to respond at a certain level, you would change your whole physiology. But that's another call for another day. All right, last but not least, let's get this last one in. And this is going to be very, very, this last phrase, I want you to just, try to cut this one out, man. Try to cut this one out over time if you can. Just, it's going to take some time. You're going to be speaking in different tongues. Some words we're going to do our best. We expect to not be using these anymore over time. And this is going to be variations of the phrase, what's meant to be will be. These are all variations on the phrase, what's meant to be will be. Another variation on that, if it's meant to be, then it'll be. If it's another variation on that is, if it's supposed to work out, then it will. Ladies and gentlemen, these are all variations on this one. I know it's tough, just trust me on this one. Here's one, if it's God's will. Now, that phrase can be used in a very popular way, as in, thy will be done. Talking about God's divine will, you're praying that his will be done because it's not a guarantee. Why? Because we have personal accountability. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that God's will is going to be done. Why? Because we have to believe and we have free will. Human beings have free will. If we didn't have free will, Cain would have never killed Abel. Prophetic as it may be, if we didn't have free will, I promise a lot of stuff, a lot of negative stuff wouldn't be happening. But God gives his people choice, even if they're not good people. Okay, this is why the prisons are full of people, because people have free will, period, point blank, and in the story. Now, when people say things like, oh, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. If it's supposed to work out there, oh, if it's God's will. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got the wrong energy when you're saying that, this is what you're saying. You're saying my life is up to fate, and that's not a real thing, by the way. But when the only time I've ever seen fate be historically accurate is in the prophecy of Christ from his birth to his death. It was all written thousands of years before he was ever born, and it played out exactly like that. Okay, I can't think of nobody else like that. Maybe that's just me, all right? But for those of us folks who are not Jesus, literally, we are not, understand, not saying we don't have the Holy Spirit inside us, not trying to get into that conversation, but we're not that actual individual, okay? That's Jesus Christ. It's a different, human divine being. That's a different person. Now, if you say things like, if it's meant to be, it's going to be, if it's supposed to work out, then it will, you're giving power to fate as opposed to the power that Christ gave you to, dictate and govern your own life. But the main thing you're doing, and this is why these type of phrases, what's meant to be will be, que sera, sera, the reason why these phrases are exceptionally dangerous is because you're taking the responsibility off yourself. You are taking the responsibility off yourself. Okay, now in Romans chapter 14, verse 12, it says this. So then each of us will give an account of ourselves to God. Ladies and gentlemen, if fate was a thing, and it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be, why would we have to give an account of ourselves and what we've done? If it's all preordained and your decisions your choices don't play no role in the life you live in, better or for worse. Your choices ain't got nothing to do with nothing. God just, if it's God's will, I guess we gon', If it's God's will and you have no role to play, why on earth is there a verse in Romans? This is New Testament, by the way, New Testament. So then each of us will give an account of ourselves to God. Why? Because obviously that's not what it means, because obviously you do have a role to play, okay? But let's go Old Testament, all right? This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 11. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies have no sense. Now, this is a very interesting verse for several reasons. Let me get esoteric with you. Let me get a little bit deeper on this verse, then I'll give you one more and we'll wrap it up. When we say Proverbs chapter 12, verse 11, those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies will have no sense. And this is a great verse for so many reasons. I think they're all great, but this one's exceptionally great because everybody doesn't own land. So let me see who's been paying attention for the last 9 months. When a verse particularly says, those who work their land will have abundant food, but some people rent apartments and don't own no land. What is the Bible talking about? Because it's applicable to everybody at all times and all seasons and all years for all generations. So what does that mean? Let me see who's been paying attention for the last 9 months. Okay, what does the Bible mean on a deeper level when it says those who work their land? Their job, not quite. Close, not quite. Nope, not quite. Life, nope, not those who work their land. Okay, I'm gonna give you work definitely means action. Okay, thank you, Ed Spears. Thank you, sir. Their mind. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever the Bible talks about a place, 9 times out of 10 on an esoteric level, and I mean, the Bible has many, many layers to what it's talking about. You understand that part, and every spiritual text does. But again, my expertise, biblical. Now, when we talk about working the land, it's literally meaning some people actually do have land that they work, like a farmer. This is true. But for those who don't have lamb, and even the people who do, what that verse means on just one, there are many, many layers, but just on one layer deeper, those who work their mind, those who cultivate the ideas. When you work your mind, you're not receiving any negative report. When you work your mind, you're exercising your mind, you're working your mind, you're thinking about ideas to generate income, you're thinking about ideas and ways to save, you're thinking about your purchases. You know what? I'm going to have the thought that says, I'm not going to buy this. You're working your mind. You're working on your willpower. You're working on your expectation. You're working on your faith. You're working on your belief. You're working on your confidence. You're working on cultivating ideas, ideas that can help you get your business to the next level, or get your life to the next level, or get you to your next level at a job. It's all ideas. Okay. Those who work their mind, okay, who really use the number one tool God gave you, your brain. Those who work their mind will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies have no sense. Now that's funny because we know it means sense, like they ain't got no common sense, but it also on another level means sense because the Bible knew thousands of years ago that sense would also be a term for money. So you have sense, S-E-N-S-E, but you also have sense like I ain't got 2 cents to rub together, C-E-N-T-S. Those who chase fantasies have no sense. They have no coins. They don't have 2 pennies to rub together. Okay. The Bible has a great sense of humor, and it 100% knew, 100% that the word sense would mean, some coins, some jingle in your pocket. It would mean that at some point. So those who work their land have abundant food, but those who chase their fantasies have no sense. I'm going to give you one more tweak to this verse you might have missed, and then we'll move on to the last one, which is going to be from the book of Matthew. That same verse in Proverbs says, those who work, people be ducking that work, boy. I was so proud to be able to post Ed Spears 25 bands on Facebook. I got to post 2 more. I was going to do it tonight, but I've been traveling. I'm going to do it tomorrow for maximum visibility. We got a young lady who's over $40,000 in commissions. We got another gentleman, can't wait to post that, who's over $50,000 in commissions. They work, ladies and gentlemen. Those who work their land will have abundant food. But here's the point. Here's the little tweak I wanted to show you. Those who work their land will have. It doesn't say those who work their land have abundant food. It says they will have, which means the work come first. The mental work, the physical work, the work come first, the abundance comes second. Are we clear? The word will, that little bitty word it doesn't say might. It doesn't say should. It doesn't say those who work their land should have abundant food, which food can be resources, money, income, all that jazz, silver, gold, all of that stuff, right? Those who work their land might have abundant food? No. Those who work their land should have abundant food? No. Those who work their land could have abundant food? No. Those who work their land will have abundant food. But the work, the mental and physical labor comes first. Okay, be clear. So people, here's a network marketing tenet. This is in the book, but you've heard it from me before, for sure. Do not be upset with the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. I'm gonna say that again because too many networkers got this this mentality like people owe them something. Okay, do not get upset with the results you did not get from the work you did not do. Never forget that. We work over here. All right. Last but not least, the last verse, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorites from the book of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 29 says, then he touched their eyes and said, one of my favorites, according to your faith, let it be done unto you. Okay. This verse is very powerful, especially for people in our industry, because if you have a job, which I love, I'm never down on jobs. I'm all about jobs, the perceived stability, the health benefits. I'm all about all that. Okay. It's just not for me, but I love it for anybody who wants it, as long as you got to have it. All right. According to your faith, let it be done unto you. Faith is expectation. Faith is certainty. Faith is belief. If you have a job that pays you $40,000 a year, that is a blessing. But hear me clearly. There is no faith involved by default. Okay. Why? Because you know you're going to get that check every 2 weeks. You wouldn't even go rent the house you got or buy the house you got or get the car you got if you didn't know that you had a job to back it up. Sometimes when you go want to buy something, they're going to say, we need 3 months of bank statements. We need 3 months of, we need some pay stubs, because they want to know for sure. See, they want a guarantee. Okay. They want a guarantee. I can tell you right now, entrepreneurship and the free enterprise system, especially in network marketing, this is no place for guarantees. Okay, as good as guarantees are, they're for 80%ers. 20% people, we just walking on faith, man. We just step out. We just gonna step on this water. I don't know how else to put it, because according to your faith shall it be done unto you, according to your belief. So when I see that verse and I see anything to do with income, anything to do with wealth, I go, okay, when I had a job that was 40,000 a year, I knew that's what it was going to be. I just knew it. I saw the checks. I had it tangible. I had the check stuff. I even signed the contract. You signed the contract at the beginning of the year. You're going to work with us for 12 months. This is how much we're going to pay you. Done. But when I got involved in network marketing, I understood that it was no guarantees. I had to have faith. I had to expect it without even seeing it. It says substance of things unseen, things that you ain't seen yet. And there's no limit to how much you can make here. So there's an unlimited amount of faith that you can pour into a network marketing business or any entrepreneurial venture, to be quite frank. There's a certain amount of faith that you can pour into it because the unlimited potential, but you also have no guarantees. So you can make zero, you can make 300, 500, 3 million, 5 million. As big as your faith, as big as your confidence, as big as your expectation is, as high as your vibration is, as much as your deservedness is, you got to feel like you deserve it. You got to work to the point where you feel like, I've been putting the work in. I deserve it. I'm outworking everybody. I deserve it. I deserve to be 100 grand. I deserve to be 200 grand. I deserve it. See, some of you, you know deep down, when we're not on these calls, you're working. You're not putting in the real work. You know that. You want a couch. You want a couch, and it's okay. So on a subconscious level, your deservedness isn't high enough for somebody who literally got their products on the side of their car, on the hood, on the back window, and they're going to make the money. They're going to make the money. They're putting in the work 24/7. Okay. And I'm not telling you, you got to do that. That's 20%er behavior. We can't stop working because we want to build up our level of deservedness. Now, salvation we get for free. The most important gift, yes, fair. We don't work for that. We can't even, you couldn't earn that if you tried. But as far as income, just the way our current economy is set up, yeah, mental labor, physical labor is going to get you some income, and the mental labor is more important. And part of that working your land, part of that working your mind is building your faith, your belief. According to your faith, let it be done unto you. So here's the homework assignment for those of you who want to build your faith, who want to build your belief, okay? If you are not watching, in fact, let me go ahead and get this for y'all right now. If you are not watching these links that I'm about to put in this chat, if you have not already seen these videos, you're a new person, or if you a person that's already involved with us, I don't care if you've seen these videos before, audios, listen to them again. Listen to them again. Let me see if I can get these in the chat. Because these are specifically designed to build your belief in your faith, not just in yourself, but in the products. Not just in the products, but in the pay plan. Not just in the pay plan, but in the business model. And when you have faith in the business model, it is very, very hard for you to lose. Okay. And the more understanding you have of something, the more belief you have in it. Some of you simply, I get it. Y'all, we just going to post on Facebook about our business. That's good. I love it. Please continue to do that. But you haven't done the mental labor of building your belief, understanding, and faith in the business model, in the vehicle that we use to move products into the marketplace. And your prospects are sensing your lack of understanding. They're sensing your lack of belief on a deep fundamental level, okay? So I'll just drop that playlist. I want to give you all a minute to copy that playlist, copy it, post it somewhere. You got 30 seconds and you're wrapping the call. Get there, copy that playlist, and listen, watch a video every day. Watch it 3 times a day if you need to, okay? Until you need to watch those videos so much that it becomes part and parcel of who you are. That those videos have got to go from your head to your heart. And I mean, every last one of them. Not one of those videos is there on accident. Not one is there on accident. Not one. Let me know when y'all, if you already copied and pasted it, put a 1 in the chat. We're about to wrap this call. You're wrapping this up. Get it done. Get it done. Put a 1 in the chat as soon as you copied and pasted that. We're wrapping this up. Can't paste? Well, copy it, figure it out. I don't know. Screenshot, I don't know. Do something. Do something. I'm gonna have to go post it in the group, but y'all can get this information. All right, I'm gonna post it if you can't paste, that's okay. I'm gonna post it in the leadership chat. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna post it in the leadership chat, and leaders, I need y'all to disseminate this for y'all teams. I'm posting in the chat right now. Y'all better look, don't come to Vegas without you having seen all these videos 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Don't even come there. You're wasting everybody's time. All right. So that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, man. I appreciate y'all so much, man. I love y'all so much. Y'all don't even know. I want y'all to win so much. I want you to have the life that you want for your families. I want you to have a financial wall of security that nothing can get through. I want you to be able to live in a place and have enough income where you say, you know what? I don't like hurricanes. We're gonna move to the West Coast. I want you to literally say, if I don't like listen, I want you to pay off your house. I want you to have everything done, but I want you to have enough wealth for you to truly be free, because that's truly my belief on how God created us to be. He didn't want us to be tied to anything we didn't want to be tied to. I'm just being honest with you. All right. So y'all have a good night. God bless. And I will catch y'all on the next one again. Thank you so much, Coach Sonic, for putting this call together. I'm gonna tell you right now, I still ain't learned how to do Zooms yet. And I truly probably don't think I ever will. That being said, y'all have a good night, man. I'll see y'all in Vegas. Thank y'all so much.